Hey everybody, welcome to my first YouTube video. As you might be able to tell, I collect physical media. I used to post about it on TikTok, but now I'm gonna try out YouTube. So yeah, if you want to watch videos like these in the future, go ahead and subscribe. So my first video is gonna be my complete Christmas movie collection on Blu-ray and DVD. Some movies I did not include because they are filmed around Christmas, but not about Christmas, like, at all. So anyways, let's get into the first one. On this Laugh Out Loud 6-movie collection, I have got Mixed Nuts here in the bottom left. It stars Steve Martin and Adam Sandler. Underrated. Let me know if you've seen it. Up next, we've got Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights. Wasn't a big fan of this movie. But yeah, let me know if you liked that one, because I didn't. Next up, A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. This one is very funny. Next up, in this classic vacation collection, I don't know why I said classic, I just read the title. We've got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, so let's just let it fall. And I will pull out Christmas Vacation. Just 1 second. And here we go. I've got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. In my opinion, I find this to be very overhyped. I enjoy it, but it's not the best out there, as everybody says it is. Personally, I rated it just a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Also, follow me on Letterboxd if you like. It's sethgtsmovies. Yeah, you can find me there. Next up, I've got Ice Age, A Mammoth Christmas Special. This includes Christmas specials as well as movies. Next up, Elf, another movie that I find to be very overrated. I've had to watch this a couple of times just to get myself to like it. Deck the Halls, Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. Underrated movie that gets trashed on for no reason. A Medea Christmas. This is the first year that I watched this that I did not like it. I'm saying that I liked it in the past, but now it just feels like a Hallmark movie, and it's not all that interesting to me anymore. Scrooged, I hear it's a classic, and I watched it for the first time this year. Wasn't a big fan of it. It was pretty decent, though. Very overrated. Up next, another first-time watch, Surviving Christmas, starring Catherine O'Hara and Ben Affleck. So the story behind this is this guy gets told by Santa Claus, or no, not Santa Claus, a therapist, to go to a place that he has lots of memories and burn a list of all the memories that he has. And he discovers that a new family is living in a house that he grew up in, and he pays them to be his family for Christmas. So yeah, it's pretty decent. Next up, Daddy's Home 2. This one is very underrated. It is rated higher than the first one on Letterboxd, I believe, and I crack up at that movie so much. Next up, Christmas with the Cranks, one of Tim Allen's Christmas movies. He has like 5. Yeah, this one's very underrated. I'm saying that about a lot of these because they don't get talked about enough. Bad Santa. Watched this one for the very first time this year. Another movie that I find to be overrated. I thought it was just pretty mid. Bad Moms Christmas. I love this one. Next up, some more Tim Allen. We've got the Santa Claus trilogy on this Blu-ray box set. Personally, my favorite one is the original one. Nothing will ever beat that one. Miracle on 34th Street, the original from the 40s. I just recently watched this one for the first time, and I enjoy it, but not as much as the Miracle on 34th Street remake from the 90s, starring the girl that also played Matilda. I enjoy that one much better than the original. Don't get me wrong, it's alright. Next up, Jingle All the Way. Not a big fan of this one. This is one that I also rate a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. It's just, I rather Arnold stick to action movies than comedy. Jingle All the Way 2. This is just a terrible sequel. It should have never been made. And why Larry the Cable Guy has done 2 sequels to movies that did not need sequels, I don't know why. Nor do I think anybody else knows why. Just terrible. But I watch it every year. Next up, we got How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 1966. I believe Boris Karloff version. This is a great animated holiday special, but it is not my favorite. My favorite, I will tell you when I come upon it. Next up, How the Grinch Stole Christmas live action with Jim Carrey as the Grinch. My favorite Christmas movie of all time. My favorite Christmas movie used to be Home Alone, but I just love the Grinch so much more. Then next up, we got The Grinch from 2018. Decent movie. Definitely not the best Grinch movie out there. Next up, I was just speaking about it. We've got Home Alone. Great classic movie. I love this movie. And we've got Home Alone 2. I really love the sequel, but I prefer the original, but still a great movie. Next up, another one from my childhood, Christmas in Wonderland. Terrible, terrible movie, but I enjoy it and been watching it every year since I was a kid. Almost Christmas. I've only seen this one twice. Danny Glover puts on a great performance as a father. That's what I meant to say. It's alright movie. Shrek the Halls, with it only being like 25 half-hour minutes. It's a good holiday special. It's a SpongeBob Christmas. I do not like the style of this animation. That's all I'm gonna say. Next up, Polar Express. I absolutely love this movie. One of my favorite animated movies of all time. And I don't get why people say that the animation is creepy. I really don't. Next up, we got The Pink Panther, A Pink Christmas. I used to watch this on VHS all the time growing up. And it also has 2 specials included. Yeah. I don't think anybody knows that exists. Next up, Prep and Landing double feature includes Prep and Landing Naughty vs. Nice. These used to come on TV all the time growing up, and when I found a DVD, I decided to pick it up. Next up, a classic Christmas special, A Charlie Brown Christmas. Personally, of the Peanut specials, my favorite is It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Merry Madagascar. Not much to say about that one. Okay, we've got the Christmas specials collection. Includes Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Little Drummer Boy, and Cricket on the Hearth. Which, Cricket on the Hearth, I will never watch. It just looks stupid. Little Drummer Boy, I don't care for it either. Santa Claus is Coming to Town, that's a really good one. My favorite Christmas special of all time is Frosty the Snowman. And then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that's a good one as well. This one I recently bought off of eBay. It is definitely a bootleg, but it's still added to my collection. Christmas Chronicles and Christmas Chronicles 2. There's the back. Next up, an underrated Christmas movie, obviously. Fred Claus. Vince Vaughn did a great performance in that, and Paul Giamatti did a great performance as Santa Claus. Another Vince Vaughn Christmas movie is Four Christmases, also starring Reese Witherspoon. One of my very few, maybe my only, now Krampus is another Christmassy horror movie. We've got Black Xmas. This one is from the early 2000s. I just recently watched this one not long ago for the very first time, and I enjoyed it quite well. Not a fan of the original. I'm just not a fan of older horror movies. We got a Disney Christmas Carol. Jim Carrey. Watched this one not that long ago. I couldn't remember if I had watched it before or if this was my first time watching it this year, and turns out I did watch it in the past. Next up, we've got this Home Alone, Christmas Carol, Jingle All the Way, and Miracle on 34th Street DVD box set. And I am keeping it to watch A Christmas Carol, the 1984 version, for the very first time this year. And I might hold on to that box set. I might put it in my pile of movies to get rid of. Next up, The Holiday, I hear that this one is really good, and I have not got around to watching it yet, but I will watch it at some point coming up. Next up is Pete's Christmas, starring Greg Heffley, and I watched this one on YouTube for the very first time last year, and I enjoyed it quite a bit, enough to go ahead and buy it for my collection. And here's Krampus, which I was talking about not that long ago. I'm looking to rewatching this one pretty soon. I don't remember everything from it, but I remember it being really good. A Christmas Story, classic movie. Used to be my favorite Christmas movie of all time, but over the time I've grown to see how kind of weird it is, but it used to be my favorite Christmas movie anyways. We've got A Christmas Story 2. This one gets shitted on, and it's got low ratings on Letterboxd and whatnot, but I enjoy it, and there's even more from Home Alone. Love Actually, I don't know if this is an actual Christmas movie, but it looks to be, and the reason I say I don't know is obviously because I haven't seen it yet. We're coming down to the end. I've got a couple more to go. We've got Arthur Christmas. I don't remember much from this. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Nothing Like the Holidays. I have yet to see this one. Dropped it. Here's the back. And Santa with Muscles. Just looks terrible. I haven't seen it yet. I'll watch it here soon. And to end things all off with is Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie or is it not? Personally, I don't watch it every Christmas, but in the back of my head, I know it is a Christmas movie. It is based on Christmas Day. It just doesn't give the Christmas vibes. So yeah, that is my entire Christmas movie collection. Let me know what your favorite Christmas movie is, and go ahead and subscribe if you liked this video, and go ahead and comment any suggestions on what collections or video ideas that I should do next, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.